It is 6-0 Colorado. They've been all over Jeb Weaver. Dodgers trying to come back is Turris, Choi, and Drew. Strike. Is Turris grounded to third and struck out. Foul back. So Jason Jennings working on his Turris 0-2. Jennings trying to win his 24th career game here at Coors. Pedro Estacio, while he was here, won 23. Foul ball. Tomorrow night, game 2. Odalis Perez, Sean Chacon. Ball 1. Jason Jennings trying to win his first game of the year, trying to win his first game since August of last year. And he's leading 6-0. That's hit into right field, a flare, and it's going to drop for a base hit for his Turris. So Hop gets it back in, and Hee-Seop Choi coming up. Tomorrow night's game, when Odalis Perez is on the mound against Sean Chacon, that will be on UPN 13. And then Sunday, with Brad Penny doubtful with the weather the way they're saying, that would be back on FSN West 2. Ground ball the other way, backhanded by Barmes to Miles to Helton, double play. With a left-hand hitter up there, Aaron Miles had to really cover some territory. Maybe not miles and miles, but he had to play towards the hole, and yet he was able to get it, and then on one leg threw back to Helton in time. So it was a pretty good turn by the second baseman Aaron Miles to get a double play on Choi. And with 2 down, J.D. Drew. Dodgers yet to have a fly ball put out. And that's a ground ball base hit. So that double play put the blocks to the inning. And for Drew, he's 2 for 3. Left-hand hitters, by and large, like the ball down. They're low ball hitters. Well, when you look at the production tonight, the Dodgers have 6 hits. Is Turris 1, Choi 1, 2 to Drew, 1 for Baco. The only right-hand batter to get a base hit on the sinker ball is at the plate now, Jeff Kent. Right. Kent singled in the second inning, and then first ball hitting grounded out in the third. A high fly ball to right field. There's the first one, and Hop has to come up and get it. So no runs, 2 hits, a man left at the end of 4 1/2. 6-0 Rockies. 6-0 Rockies, bottom of the 5th inning. Desi Relaford, Corey Sullivan, and J.D. Closser in that order. A strike to Desi. He's popped up, fly to center, 0 for 2. From Valdosta, Georgia, and makes his home in Jacksonville. Desi had a chance to go to the University of Tennessee. He'd then be a fellow alumnus along with Todd Helton, but he opted to sign with the Seattle Mariners. Popped in the air, foul. Baco's going to come over, will not have a play. Desi Relaford had the scare of his life. Remember the big, good-looking catcher, with other clubs, but with the Giants especially, Bobby Estalella. Well, Relaford and Estalella were in a car early April '97 heading for Scranton, Pennsylvania, and they were hit by a huge snowstorm. They couldn't move, so they were stranded on the interstate, and they were in the car from 8:30 p.m. until 9 a.m. the next morning. There were so many wrecks on the road, it was impossible for snow plows to clear the road. 2-2. Desi said, I kept the car running and slept. I had enough gas. That was crucial. But he was only wearing a T-shirt and shorts. Estalella was wearing sweats and a jacket. Neither one of them even thought about getting out of the car. 2-2. A drive into right and deep. Back goes Drew, way back at the wall. It is off the wall. And Relaford jogging into second with a long double. That would be the 5th double given up by Jeff Weaver. So Relaford, a double to right center. Everybody in the Rockies lineup has at least one hit. Weaver has allowed 12. Oh, there's one other footnote as Desi stands out at second base. When they finally moved the snow, they made a maddening discovery. They were maybe 15 minutes away from the hotel. That's all. They might have made it had they kept going. Instead, a night in the car. Well, it's been a long night already for Jeff Weaver. That's a foul ball. 0-1. Buddy Carlisle up for the second time. Corey Sullivan has a double and a triple. But 5 doubles, a triple, and a home run for Colorado. Sullivan hit the ball almost to the wedge out there in deep left center field. The ball bounced high in the air. It looked like it was going to go into the stands, but right there it stayed in play. So he's had a double and a triple. He's hitting .400. Hammered foul. 1-2. So this is a new looking Colorado Rockies team. Corey Sullivan, Brad Hopp, Matt Holliday, Clint Barmas, Aaron Miles. Kids can play. They can swing the bat. And remember, they will be at Dodger Stadium next weekend. And a base hit up the middle. So Sullivan has a single, a double, and a triple as he picks up another RBI. It is 7-0 Rockies. So a big night for Corey Sullivan. Seven runs on 13 hits. And here comes Jim Tracy. So Weaver's done. I don't know. To me, it's amazing to think that you could arrive here at 4 in the morning and go out and pitch well that night. So it is 7-0 Rockies on 13 hits, including 5 doubles, a triple, and a home run. Buddy Carlisle coming in, and we'll be back. So far this year, Jeff Weaver has had 2 brilliant shutouts and 2 train wrecks. He shut out the Giants 6-0, San Diego 5-0. He gave up 8 runs to San Francisco, and he gives up 7 tonight. So Buddy Carlisle trying to get some outs. Nobody out here. 5th inning, Klosser, Jennings, and Miles. Everybody in the Rockies lineup with at least 1 hit. Miles and Jennings are the only 2 who have not scored yet. And that's a strike to Klosser. JD scored on the base hit by Miles in the second inning. Right. 0-2. Closser, good hustling defensive catcher, but hitting only 171. What he does with the bat, I guess, will really determine his career as a catcher. Corey Sullivan at first, held on by Choi. Right. So for Closser, he has a look and pays the price, and for Buddy Carlisle, he gets an out, a strikeout. So Jason Jennings coming up. He walked in the second inning, single left in the fourth. Rockies scored 2 in the second, 2 in the third, 2 in the fourth, and another here in the fifth to rout Weaver. The bunt foul. The only embarrassment for Jennings so far tonight was after his base hit. Miles failed to bunt, and Jennings picked off by Paul Bacco. And for Jeff, wait till the next time around. Oh and 1. Fouled the bunt. 0-2. Jennings seems like he's been around a long time. He came up to the Rockies 2001. He's 26. He'll be 27 the middle of July. Jennings, who's from Texas, says there's only 2 kinds of music. Whoa, that almost knocked him down. The 2 kinds of music, says Jennings, country and western. I figured. Well, he got the bunt down. The sacrifice works. Down to second base goes Corey Sullivan. Jennings 10 feet out of the baselines at least. Of course, you say to yourself, wow, that's playing it conservatively, sacrificing, leading 7-0. But it is a constant reminder that we're at Coors Field. So now Miles, who is 8 for 10 with runners in scoring position. 8 for 10. And he's 2 for 3 tonight with a run batted in. Look out, splintered bat, fielded by Carlisle. The throw is too late. That bat disintegrated. Whoa. So Miles said, I don't care how many bats I break. That's my 3rd hit. So taking 3rd is Corey Sullivan on the shattered bat. That went in 3 and 4 pieces. Carlisle couldn't get him. So the batter now will be Clint Barmas. Barmas flied to right, hit into a force play, and single to left. Came around to score a run. Batting .443. Rockies now have 14 hits. Foul back. Clint taking another look at Mike Gallego. The runner at 3rd, Corey Sullivan, belongs to Weaver, and he just did get out of the way of it. 1-1. 7 runs, 14 hits for the Rockies. No runs, 6 hits for the Dodgers. There goes the runner, Miles, and it's going to be a hit and run base hit to right. So scoring is Sullivan. By the time Drew picks it up, Miles is on his way to the plate to score. On a slice double to right by Clint Barmes, he picks up 2 more, and it's 9-0 Rockies. And the Dodgers would just as soon go back to the hotel and go to bed. So Barmes a double and 2 runs batted in. So you can close the book now on Weaver. He is charged with 8 runs. Carlisle is charged with 1. And the batter is Todd Helton. Ball 1. At Coors Field last year, the most runs the Dodgers allowed, 8 in September. Well, they've allowed 9 tonight. 1-0. 6 doubles, a triple, and a home run for the Rockies. (2-0) to Helton. He has a double. And a fly ball in the gap, but right there is Leday, and they finally get the last out, but not before the Rockies put up 3. And at the end at 5, Rockies 9, Dodgers nothing.
On this day in 1955, the Dodgers' 10-game winning streak came to an end. They went on to win the World Series. 1958, the first night game in the Coliseum, and in 1981, Fernando won his 4th consecutive shutout. Let's go back to this one.
Well, it's 9-0 Rockies. Ball 1 to Milton Bradley. Bradley 0 for 2, hit into a force play and grounded out. Bradley, Valentine, and Leday. Line drive base hit to center for the Dodgers, their 7th hit. And Valentine coming up. Milton had 2 little hitting streaks, a 5-game streak and an 8-game streak. Then he went 0 for 4 last night in San Diego. So here's Valentine batting .286. Walked, struck out. Ball 1. Tomorrow night on UPN 13, Odalis Perez and Sean Chacon. And that'll be a 5 o'clock game as far as coast time is concerned. 6 o'clock here. Ground ball to short. Barmes on the bag. Doubles him at first. Second double play turn by the Rockies against the Dodgers. Rockies so far this year have turned 24 double plays, but what that usually means, it means a bad pitching staff. It means a lot of base runners and too many opportunities to get double plays. Dodgers, for instance, have turned only 11. Leday has struck out and walked, and he bangs one to center. Hit number 8 for the Dodgers, but they don't put them together. They had 1 base hit in the 2nd inning. With 2 out, they had back-to-back singles in the 3rd. With 2 out, they had a walk and a base hit. Then in the 5th inning, they had a base hit followed by a double play and then another base hit. And the same thing here in the 6th. Down in the Dodger pen, Steve Schmoll begins to throw. Jason Grabowski is on deck. Ball 1 to Paul Bacco. Bacco grounded out, single to right. That's a strike inside corner. 1-1. Rockies 9, Dodgers nothing. We're in the 6th inning with 2 out. Fair ball. Helton on the bag, and that's it. So the Dodgers get 2 hits and come up empty, leave 1, and at the end of 5.5, it's still 9-0 Colorado. The Charbroiled Burgers. Score one today only at Carl's Jr. By SBC, going beyond the call, and by GMC, we are professional grade. All Colorado leading the Dodgers 9-0, and Tracy makes a double switch. Jason Repko will come into the game to play left field and bat 9th, and Steve Schmoll will take over the pitching chores, and he'll go in Ricky Leday's spot. That means when the Dodgers come up in the 7th, Repko will lead off. Steve Schmoll, side-arming right-hander out of Maryland. He'll be pitching to Holiday, Hop, and Relaford. Rockies just knocking the ball every which way tonight. 6 doubles, a triple, a home run. They have 15 hits and 9 runs. Matt Holliday lined out, singled and doubled. And this for Schmoll will be his first experience at pitching at Coors Field. Most runs the Rockies have scored so far this year, 12 against San Diego. They had 18 hits in that game. They have 15 hits tonight. The 12 against San Diego was opening day, where they won on the dramatic walk-off home run against Trevor Hoffman. Even though Jennings gave up 2 hits in the 6th inning, it was his easiest inning as far as number of pitches. He only made 7 pitches. So leading 9-0, he's just going to try and throw strikes. Fouled away. Matt Holliday lined out to left, singled and doubled, hitting .338, facing Steve Schmoll. You have Hop, a left-hand hitter, and then Relaford, a switch hitter, following him. 1-2. 2-2. Nine runs, 15 hits. Dodgers no runs, 8 hits. Rockies scored 2 in the 2nd, 2 in the 3rd, 2 in the 4th, 3 in the 5th. Holiday chasing that, talking to Lance Barksdale briefly. Did I swing at a strike? Away he goes. So the batter now, Brad Hop, who went the other way against Weaver and hit it into the left field seats for the home run. So Brad Hop, one of the fine young players now for Colorado. Good breaking ball, floating in for a strike. Hop spells that name H-A-W-P-E. There was a good outfielder in the National League many years ago, Johnny Hop, but he spelled that name H-O-P-P. Jeff Kent to Choi. Two out in the 6th inning. Desi Relaford coming up. Relaford popped up, flied out, doubled. Dodgers will have Repko, Izturis, and Choi due up in the 7th inning. 9-0 Rockies. That's right. Rockies trying to get to the 500 mark at home. They're 3-4, 1-7 on the road. For the Dodgers, It looks like all 4 of their defeats so far this year on the road. Rutherford batting .304. Switch hitter. 1 for 3 tonight, a double to right. Fastball missed. Cracked bat, ground ball to third, Valentine to Choi. So a nice inning for Steve Schmoll. 1, 2, 3 in fact for the first time tonight. And at the end of 6, 9-0 Rockies. We go to the 7th inning, 9-0 Rockies. Repko is Turris and Choi. Ball 1. So Repko getting into the game on the double switch for Jason, his first at bat, hitting .242. 3 home runs. A strike. Jason Jennings with a huge cushion. 9-0. Ground ball to the hole, backhanded by Barmes, got rid of it in a hurry, and in such a hurry he threw it in the dirt. So Repko is going to get a base hit on a ball hit to the hole, and for Jason, he of course will certainly take it. So interestingly, even though they're buried 9-0, only 1 Dodgers without a hit. That's Valentine. On the board, the Mets beat Washington 3-1. Pittsburgh, Chicago 5-3. And the one game we want to show you is the San Diego Arizona game. And Arizona leading San Diego 3-0. Arizona will be into Dodger Stadium Monday night. Oh, 1. 1 ball and 1 strike. There's the Arizona game. At the start of the day, the Dodgers led Arizona by 4.5 games. So Arizona hoping the Dodgers have a rocky time, pun intended, here. And then they'll be at Dodger Stadium Monday night. The G-Force, as they call it over in Arizona. Luis Gonzalez, Sean Green, Troy Gloss. They're not holding Repko. Helton back of him. Big bouncer to Helton. Down to Barmes. Back to Jennings on his back and in the dirt. So Jennings sliding into first base and unable to handle the throw. In fact, it would have been remarkable had he been able to handle it. Barmes throws side armor, and there's Jennings. He's lucky that he avoided being stepped on. So Jennings in a scramble at first when he was picked off on the bunt attempt. Now takes a header trying to cover for a double play. 1 out. Hee-Sop Choi grounded out, single to right, and hit the ball hard in the 5th inning. And Barmes turned it into a double play. Ball 1. Hee-Sop batting .216. Little ground ball to Miles. They get 1. Not in time. So another force play. Crowd getting on C.B. Buckner. They wanted the double play, but they just missed. So 2 out, and J.D. Drew the batter. Drew grounded out in the first inning, single to right in the third, single to right in the fifth. Drew is 3 for 5 in his career, but this time to Helton, and that's that. So the Dodgers still have managed to hit 1 ball in the air. The fly ball by Kent in the 5th inning, and it's still 9-0 Rockies. Rockies, who have 6 doubles, a triple, and a home run. And Corey Sullivan is bidding for a cycle. His first time up, he doubled to deepest right center. His next time up, he tripled to deepest center off the fence. Then his last time up, he singled. The Corey Sullivan with a single, double, triple, and he'll lead it off against Steve Schmoll. Norihiro Nakamura is now at third base for the Dodgers, and Valentin has moved over to shortstop, so Esturris has a chance to rest a little bit. Ball 1. The last cycle for the Dodgers was 1970 by Wes Parker. One ball, one strike. Well, not this time. Ground ball to Valentin. 1 away. The Dodgers down 9-0, and they are not only frustrated by the runs that the Rockies have, they have to be annoyed at their inability to get on the board. They've left 9 in 7 innings. It's been Weaver, Carlisle, and Schmoll. Tomorrow night, Dallas Perez and Sean Chacon. Ball 1. Klosser single to center, popped up to third, and struck out. Scored a run and singled in a run. So the Dodgers, accustomed to winning a lot of ball games of late, taking one on the chin tonight. Brad Penny, closest to you, questionable for Sunday because of the weather. They said Brad would pitch definitely Sunday, and at the time they said that, the temperature in Denver was 64. They said that's okay. Now the weatherman is saying low 50s, 80% chance of rain on Sunday, which would make Brad Penny very doubtful. Young DJ Holton would probably have to go out there. Sitting behind Jim Colburn, Jason Phillips, who is certainly off to a solid start, hitting .326. Big chopper to Jeff Kent. So 2 down in the 7th inning. Schmoll has retired 5 in a row. And Jason Jennings. The toughest time for Jason Jennings tonight is getting over near first base. With the bat, he has walked and singled. Jennings also has a sacrifice. Ball 1. Jennings on his way to his 24th win at Coors Field. He will become the winningest pitcher here. Line foul. Boy, he takes a good rip. He doesn't get cheated up there. 1-1 to count. When Jennings was growing up, he was a catcher. In fact, everybody expected him that he would make it to the big leagues as a catcher. Well, they missed by 60 feet 6 inches. 1-2 to Jason. Aaron Miles on deck. So the infield is Choi and Kent and Valentin and Nakamura. And of course, you can understand Jim Tracy's role every manager in his predicament the same thing, trying to get the best out of a beating. So you play people like Nakamura and Repko. You move Valentine to give him a little experience at short, trying to keep everybody sharp. Hard ground ball, but Kent is in front of it. So that'll do it for Jennings. 6 in a row retired by Steve Small, but at the end of 7, Rockies 9, Dodgers nothing. See your Ford dealers today. We're heading to the 8th inning here at Coors Field in Denver, with the Rockies sitting on top of a 9-0 lead. And the Dodgers will have Jeff Kent, Milton Bradley, and Jose Valentine. For Jason Jennings, the last 3 innings, he's made 9 pitches, 7 pitches, 9 pitches. So he's made 88 total. Jeff Kent, who has worn him out in the past, singled first time up, but since then grounded out. And Jeff has the honor of hitting the only fly ball put out. Everything else on the ground against Jennings' sinker. Strike. Jeff hitting .333. 1-1. Jennings 0-2. Remember, he hadn't won a game since August of last year, but the bullpen has messed up his record considerably. A drive to left and deep, and this one is going to go. So Jeff Kent hits one into the seats to get the Dodgers on the scoreboard. Kent 2 for 4 against Jennings, whom he has hurt in the past and continues to bedevil in the present. And for Jeff, his 5th home run and his 14th run batted in. So Kent jumps on it, but it's 9-1 Rockies. For Jeff Kent, that is the 30th home run that he has hit against the Rockies in his career, and it is the 19th home run that he has hit here at Coors Field. Two and 0 the count. For Jennings, that would be the 2nd home run he's given up this year. Last year he surrendered 27. 2-1 to Milton, and Jose Valentine on deck. Bradley hit into a force play, grounded out, and single to center. Dodgers have 10 hits, but only 1 run, and they've left 9. Two and 1. That's a strike. 2-2. Jennings has walked 2. Walked Valentine and Leday. In the dirt. He has struck out 4. Little foul, little pop right off the wrists. So Bradley lifts it to Relaford, 1 away in the 8th. 9-1 Rockies. Jose Valentine walked, struck out, hit into a double play. Valentine is the only Dodger without a hit. Sounds like they should be leading 9-1, but it's the other way around. Ball 1. Kent is the only Dodger with more than 1 hit. Drive to right, going back on the ball is Hop to make the play, and that thing was hit hard. So Valentin lines out to right. 2 balls hit in the air in the inning. And Jason Grabowski will now come up and bat for Steve Schmoll. Ball 1. Grabowski hasn't had much of a chance to play. He's 1 for 4 as a pinch hitter. Remember, he hit the home run coming off the bench in Milwaukee. Strike 1-1. 2 out, 8th inning, 9-1 Colorado. One and one. Odalis Perez and Sean Chacon tomorrow on UPN 13. Chacon, no record. In 12 innings, his earned run average is 1.5, and yet nothing to show for it. Perez 3-0. Odalis' earned run average is 2. So under most circumstances, you would say, well, that really looks like it's going to be quite a pitching duel. But then you think the game is here in Colorado. It'll be a challenge for both Clint Hurdle and Bob Apodaca and Jim Tracy and Jim Colburn. Sinker got him. So the Dodgers get 1 run on the home run by Jeff Kent. And at the end is 7.5, 9-1 Rockies. 9-1 Rockies. Jason Grabowski, who came into the game as a pinch hitter, stays in the game in left field. Jason Repko moves over to center. And coming out of the bullpen coming in, Kelly Wunsch. He'll go into Bradley's spot if you are keeping score of this little dandy. And if you've tuned in late and you think, whoa, the Dodgers are playing like they've been out all night, they were. So Kelly will be pitching to Miles, Barmes, and Helton. Chance to give him a little work. Schmoll worked 2 innings and retired 6 in a row. Fouled away. The crowd on hand, and remember, the Rockies have not done anything to invite people here. They lost 7 out of 8 on the road. 20,321. 2-0-3-2-1. So they put on a show tonight, and that should help the attendance tomorrow night. And there you go again for Miles. Wow, his 4th hit. So Aaron Miles with 3 singles and a double. And that's the 16th hit given up by Dodger pitching, but 13 of them were given up by Weaver. The game summary: a murmur of protest, a homer by Jeff Kent. Corey Sullivan has had a big night with a single, a double, and a triple. Aaron Miles now has 4 hits. The Rockies have hit 1 home run, Brad Hopp. So here's Barmes, single and a double tonight. He's out of sight. He's hitting .452. Ground ball down to Valentin, to Kent, to Hesop for the double play. So 2 down in the 8th inning. Dodgers had hit into 2 double plays, so they come back with 1 of their own. And now Todd Helton. Helton tonight grounded out, flied out twice, and double to right. 0-1. Todd batting .276. 1-1. When the Dodgers come up in the ninth inning, it'll be Bacco, Repko, and Disturis. Two and one. High fly ball into right center. Repko and Drew, and it is Repko. So Helton a long out. And the Rockies are done in the eighth. At the end of eight, it is 9-1 Colorado. 9-1 Rockies, and Jason Jennings has struck out 4, but he's also gotten 2 big double plays just when he needed it. The Dodgers so far have left 9 men, and the only time they got on the scoreboard was Jeff Kent's home run. So Jennings, who has not won a game since August of last year, the bullpen has let a whole bunch get away on him. So with a 9-1 lead, he's taking matters into his own hands. The Dodgers will have Bacco, Repko. Jennings made 16 pitches in the last inning, so he's now made 106 pitches in the game. Scott Doman, a right-hander, down in the bullpen, but I think the pitch count's going to decide it. I'm sure Clint Hurdle would like to give Jennings an opportunity for a complete game victory. Two and one the count to Paul Bacco. A shot backhanded by Helton to the bag, one away. So Repko coming up with Nakamura on deck. Don't forget tomorrow on UPN 13, a 5 o'clock game as far as California time is concerned. Odalis Perez, 3 wins, no losses, great ERA of 2. Sean Chacon, no record, and an ERA of 1.5. Time called at the plate. 9 runs, 16 hits for the Rockies, 6 doubles, a triple, and a home run. The Dodgers 1 run, 10 hits. They've had 9 singles and the home run by Jeff Kent. Check swing. And down goes Repko. So Jennings now so close to his first win since last August. He has a half a dozen strikeouts. He's made 112 pitches, and the crowd on its feet now. 20,321. Standing in the way, Nori Nakamura making his first appearance with the bat. Nori hitting 176. Oh and 1. One ball, one strike. For the Dodgers, unable to handle the sinker. Outside of Kent's home run, there were only 3 other balls hit in the air. Valentin, Bradley, and Kent. And it looks like Nakamura is going to join the club. That will do it. So a well-deserved victory for Jason Jennings, and for the Dodgers, what they need is a well-deserved good night's sleep. They played about the way you might expect One thing you have to keep in mind, at least that's what players have said in the past, after a bad time where you fly all night, you really feel it the second day. Well, the Dodgers can ill afford to feel it a second day after the game tonight. 9 runs, 16 hits for the Rockies, and the Dodgers 1 run, 10 hits and no errors. Weaver the loser, Jennings all the way to get the win. And it'll be Dallas Perez and Sean Chacon tomorrow on UPN 13. Once again, the final score: Rockies 9, Dodgers 1. Now for all the day's sports news, let's go to the SCSR. Good night, everybody.